Welcome to 100 Yards of Football, and this is our legend segment. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we got a true legend out of the 561, Palm Beach County, the baddest man to ever come out of Palm Beach County playing the game of football, cornerback, Mr. Lemar Parrish. Lemar, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Bobby.
Man, it's good to see you, man.
It's always good to be seen.
It's always good to see you. That's right, man. Well, look, man, let's get into it because we got so much to talk about. How old were you when you started playing football?
A really organized football, I started my junior year. Now, my sophomore year, I quit because the man wanted me to run fullback. I was a small thing on the team. I said, I'm not going through there all the time.
Exactly.
Outside runner.
So you started playing football really your junior year in high school?
Yes.
Okay, and let me ask you this question now. You played at John F. Kennedy, all right, in Riviera Beach.
Right.
That later on became Suncoast High School.
Right.
Right? And so back in those days, man, it was JFK and it was Carver High School in Delray Beach.
Oh, yeah.
Those are some big time rivalries right there, man.
Yeah.
Big time. The best football in Palm Beach County. When those two tied up, it was the real deal, man.
All those guys, man. Delray, Bill, Hogan, man.
Oh,
all
yeah.
them, man.
Great football.
Carver, Miami, Booker T, and all up in there, man. We had some battles going on back then.
We had some big time battles.
And we had some big time names too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna say this. I gotta say this while in the beginning of the show. Now, during my time coming out of high school, I'm 2 years behind OJ Anderson, who's a bad boy. You know, OJ Anderson's a bad boy. Carlos Carson came out next. He's a bad boy. Ricky Jackson and I came out the same year. You know, Ricky Jackson, the NFL Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And then we got Anthony Carter from Riviera, right? Bad boy. And
all those guys on the field with me.
Yeah.
OJ Anthony, they was in college, you know, they come on the field with me all the time, man. That's the only help I had.
You trained with them?
Hey, yeah, they came on the field. You know, I had all those guys on the field with me.
That's good.
OJ was the first that he got drafted, then came Carter, but Carter was coming on the field when he was in college, you know. So those guys would come and work out with him on the field. We had an audience out there, trust me. Trying to be the old man.
Well, it don't get no better than that. And so it's amazing because in Delray, we had the same thing. I would work out with Penn, Barry Hill.
Yeah.
I would work out with Paul Cornelius, Randy Strong.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, those guys who were up ahead of me, man, I can't tell you how that made me feel. The fact that, you know, they were speaking into my life and they were teaching me some of the trade out there at Carver High on the practice field. So
that's what we do. You know, veterans do that.
Absolutely.
Guys on the home team, and I was the first one to go off. I wanted to set the bar high, you know, because I knew all eyes would be on me, so I had to represent.
Yes,
and I set the bar pretty high. Then came Juice, you understand? After having him on the field, man, we used to run the 100-yard field, 4 downs to score. He and I was 8 years in the league, you understand me?
Right.
The Juice could run, but he was about 4'5", man. He was a legit at 4'5".
And big.
235, 240.
Yes, sir.
And he carried a load. You know, I told him how to bring that thing up, how to bring that forearm.
Hey, I got a videotape when he was with the Cardinals, and we're playing in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And he come around my corner because you know when you play your homeboys, you got to show.
Yeah, so he gonna bring it now. He gonna bring it.
I'm sitting over there on the sideline. And I know what he's going to do because I played against him in high school. I played against him at Miami. I was at Florida State. Yeah. So I knew what he was going to do. He started winding that thing up, man, right?
Yeah.
And I just sat there and I said, now, you know he's 235.
Yeah.
And I'm probably at that time about 165.
Right.
And what I did, I was on the sideline. All I did was just catch him. He threw it ball. I just caught him.
Yeah.
Went like about 2 yards, and then everybody came and started tagging on him, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, he was an awesome player. So let me ask you this though. Now when you came out, now I know when you came out of high school, when you were being recruited, I know FAMU and Cookman were all over you. And you bypassed all of them and you went to Lincoln University of Missouri. How did you get there?
Because my high school coach, Ben McCoy,
okay,
you know, he played for Lincoln University.
Oh, okay.
He was the center.
Okay.
And Ben McCoy was a product of my coach, Dwight Reed, and shoot, all his guys went up there. All the Ben McCoy guys went up there.
Okay.
And the other schools didn't have a chance because that coach had a pipeline. All of us, Charles Bowler, and all the guys from River Beach and all up in there, all us went to Lincoln. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Earl Coachman and Fly Bootsy and all those boys, the Coleman boys, all those boys.
Man, those some bad jokers right there.
Bad boys.
God, no. So now when you were in high school,
but you know, Bobby, I'm the godfather. I'm the one that said it.
Hey, you said it high.
High.
So I gotta ask you this, because now when you were in high school, you were a tailback.
Right.
Did you play defense at all in high school?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
In fact, we had to play both ways.
Okay.
And your best athletes always played both ways in high school.
That's right.
Well, all the high schools I know.
Yeah.
I played two ways.
I did as well.
I'm sure you had to play it also, Bob. You know what I'm saying? You're a great athlete. You know what I'm saying? I read some stuff on you, boy. Don't think I ain't got it.
I got a little corner, a little family. Not much, but just a family. So Lemar, so you played tailback and you played corner in high school or safety?
I played anywhere the man needed me, Bobby.
Okay.
Safety, corner.
All right.
Same way in college, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I never played the corner in college, though. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
So hold on now. So that's my point, because I know you played tailback in college.
Yeah.
Right? And so you didn't play corner until you got in the NFL?
They drafted me as an athlete.
Okay. All right.
But they knew I was going to run punts and kickoff back because that was my specialty in college.
That was your thing. That's right.
All kinds of All-America there.
That's right.
But they drafted me as an athlete. They didn't know offense or defense.
Okay.
So Paul Brown needed a cornerback. In fact, they wanted to play me both ways, but Paul Brown said, no, I need him on defense. So I just played defense. But the offensive coordinator wanted me on offense because of my running the ability and stuff like that. But Bob, I tell you, the transition wasn't hard for me. You understand me? Because I always believed I could play anywhere my size would allow me to play.
Exactly.
That's why I receiver, defensive back. I don't care where it was. I just wanted to hit the field.
Yeah, right.
So I was drafted as a defensive back in the pros, 7th round. No one expected too much of me. You know what I mean? But I did. You know what I'm saying? I knew I was going to make the pros because Zeke Moore should come back to Lincoln University. Zeke Moore went off before me there.
Okay.
And Zeke would come, he used to work out with me. He's tell me all things. He said, Pass, you're gonna make the pros. I don't see anybody about there any better. You know what I mean? So that was very inspiring. You know?
Oh, absolutely.
And so yes, I've been running back in college. And my size during that time, Bob, you know, there's an era of the big backs and the little backs.
That's right.
I came in during the time everybody wanted the big backs.
Right.
So and plus, I'm glad they did because I was only about 175 pounds, and that's all that weighed.
Right.
And I played at 180 pounds for 13 years. Never wanted to get in the bigger because I depended on speed and quickness.
Speed and quickness. There you go.
Yeah. That's my thing. So speed and quickness. If you can't get up on me, baby, you can't beat me. So, you know what I'm talking about? Keep that big man up.
Keep that big up, right?
Techniques, Bob. Let me tell you this though. See, if we played the game, I was taught fundamentals and techniques from Chuck Weber, Ryan and I. Okay. How to keep that man. If I'm off, we had rules. You keep that man 3 yards away from me. I always play the inside because I didn't have any help, Bob. You know that thing is the easy pass to throw it to slants.
You was on that hot seat over there.
I gotta take that inside away. Beat me on that out because if you throw it on the hip, Bob, I'm gonna get it. Don't throw that thing on the hip.
I know that's right. So we gotta really get into that. We're gonna get into that in a little bit, but I want to read some of your things, some of your accomplishments, because it's important. Because we really got to get into that, right? So when you went to Lincoln, in '69, you set a school record for longest punt return in a game. You went 95 yards on a punt return.
Right.
Against Southwest Missouri State University.
Right.
You also set school records for the most punt return yards in the game. You had 129 yards on 3 returns.
Mm-hmm.
Good God Almighty. And the highest average per punt return in that game, 43 yards per return. That year, you averaged 16.8 yards per punt return. Mm-hmm. That is still your career average was 15.5 yards per punt return. They still school records. Right. You still hold a school record from way back then in the 60s. And, it's still current today. In 1969, you was named an All-American. And then you got drafted in the 7th round by the Cincinnati Bengals. Mm-hmm. All right. And so that was my question, because Lemar, come on, you went in there, you did work right away. You went to work. I mean, you went to work, put it this way. It's just like you were born to play corner. Mm-hmm. You know, you look like you were born, like you came out your mother's womb backpedaling and bumping and running.
Bob, let me tell you this. My thing was to keep that man in front of me. You know what I'm saying? I was a train on the beach. Every morning I was on the beach at 6 o'clock in the salt sand. There you go. Bob, I ran my sprints that day. I backpedaled. I came out those breaks and everything. I didn't have anyone to help me now. I was by myself, Bob. I never played corner, but like I told you before, I believe that I could have played in a place. So backpedal was a natural thing to me. You understand me?
Okay.
I just had to learn the technicalities of it. Right. The do's and don'ts. You understand me? I was fortunate to have had a great coach.
Right. Your secondary coach at the Bengals?
Yes.
What's his name? What's his name?
Chuck Weber.
Chuck Weber. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Riley and I had him together. Okay. But the man was phenomenal. He taught me techniques and fundamentals. You understand? I had a funny style because I kind of cocked a little bit because I had a drive foot.
Right, that's right.
Bob, you know about that drive foot. You plant that thing in there so you get out of there, baby.
That ground, come out of there.
Come out of there. So, the man taught me techniques and fundamentals, which carried me throughout my career. You understand me? Because I learned how to play several ways. I could bump, I could get right in your face and talk to you. You understand me?
Right.
And that could catch you. Get out 3 yards, I could catch it. That's what I use on the goal line. You know, get them hands on you.
Right.
And then I also could play 7 yards off. Mm-hmm. I didn't play 10 yards, Bob. You'll never see me 10 yards.
Right.
I don't care who you was. The other man that made me play 10 yards was Bob Hayes. Boy, I had to back up.
You better back up. Bullet Bob, right? But you know,
the bullet. Yeah.
You know, Lemar, is funny, right? My rule was back golf. I learned this in college. Mm-hmm. 6, 7 yards. Yeah. All right. Now, when I got in the league, Jerry Glanville was my first coach. So we did everything close and personal, bump and run. Mm-hmm. And then in 1986, we hired a defensive coordinator in Atlanta by the name of Marion Campbell. He used to coach for the Eagles. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you remember him, but he ran that 3-4 defense, and he had his corners playing 10 yards deep.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget it. I said, I ain't playing no 10 yards deep.
Yeah.
And one day, I'll never forget it, man. I was in the meeting room. I was up there 7 yards. He cursed me out so good. He said, I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't line up at 10 yards, you're going to be standing on the sideline with me, right? Mm-hmm. So it was a thing that they taught. And so I had to buy in.
Right.
I didn't want to do it because I wasn't taught that way. Mm-hmm. But what they did, they line you up 10 yards, but you don't backpedal, until the quarterback passed the 90 game.
Yeah.
So you flat-footed for a 3-step drop.
Yeah.
Right? And then by that time you start backpedaling, then you'll be about 6 yards.
Right.
With the receivers moving. But I didn't like that, man.
Right.
Hey,
see these guys today, they playing 10 yards when the ball is snapped, they running.
They're running like they're playing
safe. I ran 10 yards. What you running for?
What you running for? See? You get flat-footed.
My thing is, Bobby, I was always taught to gauge that man's speed come off the line. You know, if he come off slow, you come off slow.
You come off, so there you go.
You already got the cushion.
Right.
Why drive out?
Right.
My thing is, if I'm playing 10 yards, then I'm not fitting the bell out there. You understand what I mean? I'm gonna
move. Right.
I'm gonna slow that thing down.
You can't move.
Yeah. But but I was taught the back post. Nobody could get up on me in 40 yards. Nobody.
Right.
If I had that tell me, I'm gonna stay in that back post, I'm gonna ride you as long as I can. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna be able to break from the left to the right.
Exactly. Well, you know, we were trained.
Yeah.
You got to hold that back pedal for 20 yards.
Yeah.
You know,
that man closed the gap. If he closed that gap, anytime that man closed that 3-yard cushion, you got to come out that back.
You got to turn it around. You got to turn it over.
But Bob, one thing that we learned, you and I, and some of the great ones, we always learn pass routes and the drops of the quarterback. If we in zone, we can that quarterback all the way. You know what I mean?
What's up?
Restep. You know it's coming out there, baby. You can break down. You know what I mean?
What's up? What's up?
Five steps, you know it's medium.
You're right.
You know it's over the top, baby. So, hey, you get ready to run.
You get ready to go. Well, you know, it's amazing. They play it so different now, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's almost like it's hard for me to watch sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, because nobody's backpedaling no more.
No.
You know, I mean, I remember, man, being lined up out there on that left corner. They snapped that ball, man. That receiver on the dig route, 15-yard square.
Yeah.
Man, I'll weave, and he take us. I'll weave in there, keep my inside position.
Yeah.
And then when he get that 15, I'm still in my back pedal.
Yeah.
And when he break, I plant and drive.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm coming. Now it's almost like as soon as they snap the ball, they turn over.
And Bob, that back shoulder thing, man. One thing I understand that the coaches don't teach. These guys could be running side by side with a guy, and he catch the damn ball. Bob, you will never see anywhere I'm running side by side and anybody catch a ball.
Anybody catch the ball? Right. Exactly.
That's my ball.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this, man. I don't get it, but this is what I do know, and you know this too. You know, we had ability. We can run. And then when we learned technique, that was good. But still, we had to take it a step further, and that was film study.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, I became, let me tell you how I became a student of the game. You remember, I got a cousin who played in Atlanta. You're going to know who he is, named Cannonball Butler.
Cannonball, yes, sir.
From Boynton Beach, Florida, right?
Yes, sir.
You know Cannonball.
Yeah.
Cannonball had a jazz club in Atlanta on the south side called 200 South on Cameron Highway. And so one night I was in there, and Lem Barney came in. And Cannonball introduced me to Lem Barney. Man, I was so excited. Man, I'm talking to the great Lem Barney, right?
Quick feet,
man. And so Lem said, he said to me, man, I watch you. I like the way you cover, man. I was like, you watching me? You like the way I cover? I felt like, man, you couldn't tell me nothing, right?
Yeah.
But then he asked me this. He said, Bobby, how you study tape? I looked at him, I said, I don't study. And it was a true fact at the time, right? Yeah. When I tell you, I just met the man. He cursed me out like I was his own son.
Yeah.
Took me back in Jim's office. We sat down. He broke things down to me, changed my life. I became a student of the game. I started studying tape, you know, and next thing you know, the game started to come to me.
Yeah.
The effort that it was taking me to use my athleticism, I didn't have to use it like that no more. Because now I understand I know what's going on 90% of the time.
Right.
And so the same thing that we did, and I know you did it, you know, that these kids don't get today.
No. They don't study the game. See, I became a student in the game also. I kept a notebook on all the receivers that I played.
That's right.
How they like to come off the line, the speed, the way they come off the line. And then I looked to see if they could handle that bumper run, you know what I mean?
Right, that's right.
I just imagine myself with my hands out because, you know, I had them hands out there. Hey, Bob, I want to give you something to think about. How you going to get around your hands, you know what I mean?
That's right.
These guys have their hands on the hip. No, I got my hands up here. So I ain't got to bring up, you know what I'm saying? I got it.
There you go.
But Bob, I became a student of the game.
Yeah.
I kept a notebook.
Yes.
All the guys. Take for instance a Minnesota Viking, Lemar Parrish,
Sammy White. That's right.
They were trained to run an out route the same way.
Same way.
And an in route. I studied those guys to a T. Film after film. They never changed it.
Wow.
So, hey, what am I to do? I just figured out, because Lemar wanted to take me down deep inside, and then bring me out if he's gonna run out.
Right.
I crossed over on him. You understand me? I start on the inside and cross over his face on the outside. Right. Ramon asked me, say, how you know when I'm running? I said, I don't. I'm just guessing. But I don't study it. Right. I had about 8 or 9 film on it, exactly the same. So, hey, you're right. You understand me? That made the game easier for me.
It made the game
I didn't guess. I was always taught, hey, you never guess, hey, but I always anticipate.
There you go.
I anticipate, but I never guess.
You never guess.
Because the time you guess, and that man is sitting up, Bob. You know,
right.
You play what you see.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. Charlie Brown, downtown Charlie Brown, your teammate in Washington, said this about you. He said, Bobby, Lemar is the best corner I've ever seen in my life. And he said this. He said, I never forget we were playing Dallas, and he said he was guarding Tony Hill, and it seemed like Lemar ran up on a flat route, right? And it's almost like you were guessing. He said, then you find out that he wasn't running short. He said, you ran him down and ran the route for him and picked the ball off. He said, I've never seen nothing like that in my life. He says,
that was Drew Pearson.
Drew Pearson.
Yeah.
That's the greatest defensive play he ever seen in his life.
I have to beat him up. Drew couldn't stand that bump. I have to beat him up. Drew's a cry all the time. Ref, he can't hit me because you know that rule came in the 5-yard rule.
Right.
Drew be crying. He can't touch me now. If I say, shut up, man, you should put a dress on. I said, I ain't going to change my game. I said, you have to call this every time. Go on, put your hands on. Pop
up. And so talking about that, right? Now, bump and run. Now, when I watch the game today, I see kids line up in a bump position.
Yeah.
But never touch the receiver.
Never touch it.
Talk about bump and run and how you play bump and run.
Bump and run. First of all, I always straddle that man inside foot.
That's right.
I straddle that because I'm going to take away the inside. You know where I'm going to be, Bob. I don't try to disguise it.
Right.
I'm going to take away the inside by straddling your inside foot. Now, I got to have patience. I can't go after you.
Right.
I allow you to come to me.
There you go.
See, I don't go jumping around. Right. I may sit there, I may out on my feet, but I'm not moving. See, I'm waiting on you to come to me because you got to come, baby. You got to come.
You got to come.
And the outside move, I don't have to attack that. You understand me? Right. I can take the angle on that. You understand me? Right. I'm going to stay on that hip. Bob, my thing is I'm going to stay on your hip.
Right. Okay.
I'm bumping around. I'm going to stay on your hip.
Okay.
You're going to get inside, but I'm going to keep you arm length away.
Right, there you go.
And I had something you call a leap and slide. You know what I'm saying? I could slide across that field sideways on you. As fast as you can run, Bob, I can run sideways across that field.
Right.
But I know this. See, I was a student in the game. I knew routes. Right. Once you take that 4-step in and out, you got to go because it's all about time.
It's all about time.
And take the post corner.
Right.
Once that guy take that 4-step into that post, you could go, baby, because he ain't coming back to that corner.
That's right.
You got to plant that foot and go back to that corner.
That's right.
I knew that. You understand? Once you take that 4-step, I'm gone, baby. I'm gone. Huh?
That's right. And so you had in your NFL career, you had 47 interceptions, 13 touchdowns. And this is the most amazing stat. As a return man, both punt and kickoff returns, you had 2,709 yards of return yards in the NFL. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. And young folk out here, let me tell you about this man. We're talking. I want you to know his credentials now. We talking about a guy, to this day, Lemar, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know how come you're not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
It don't even make sense.
Yeah.
I want y'all to listen to this now. Because there are a lot of guys, cornerbacks in the Hall of Fame, with half of what he did. His career highlights: he was an 8-time Pro Bowl selection. He was a 3-time first-team All-Pro. He was a 2-time second-team All-Pro. And in 1979, he was Football Digest NFL Defensive Back of the Year. This is the man we're talking about, the baddest man from the 5'6" to ever come out. And all you young folks who don't know about Lemar Parrish, look him up, Google him. You can get on your computer and find out about him today. He's a bad guy. And I'm telling you, man, you really deserve to be in that Hall of Fame. Because the one thing I do know, when I watch you play, it's a game that I play. Bump and run, my hands up, I'm ready to go. Being patient at the line. They got to come to you. We can't be lunging. We can't be lunging. We got to be patient. But I'm going to tell you something about patience. It takes confidence.
Yep.
You can't be afraid when you run.
Sure can't.
You can't be scared, right?
No, sir.
And so here's the thing. Some of our abilities are alike. I hear you talk about running on the beach in South Florida. That's what I did.
Yeah.
I took my 100-yard dash time down. I was running 9,800 in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of my buddies who went from Delray, who went to Boca High School, named Van Williams.
Yeah.
We started meeting at night and started running on that beach in that salt sand, Lamar.
Yeah.
I went from a 9.8 to a 9.5 100-yard dash.
Yeah.
I took my 220 time to a 22 flat down to 21.4. Right? In that beach sand.
Yeah.
I'm listening at you talk, and I've trained the same way, right? Just like you. It helped me so much. And you think you were small, Lamar. When I came,
you about 165 pounds, Bob.
Listen, you give me grace. Listen, this is no joke. People don't. When I tell people this, they don't believe me. Mm-hmm. When I was drafted in '81, I weighed 155 pounds. Mm-hmm. You hear what I say? 155 pounds.
Yeah.
All right. But I used to wear them big old shoulder pads, kind of camouflage.
Yeah.
Right. But I probably averaged in my 12 years, I probably averaged about 165, something like that. My last year, I weighed 172. I was fat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't run no more at that time. But anyway.
I'll tell you what, Bob, I played the game 180 pounds. They tried to put some weight on me. Yeah. And I got to about 180. So I went to Paul Brown, told him, said to me, I can't take it.
I can't do it. Yeah.
I got to come out that break. You know what I'm saying? I'm already small.
I can't do it.
Don't take away my
exactly.
Don't take away my thing from it, please. Right. You know what I mean? So Paul told me, he said, drop it. Said, hey, don't worry about it, because I was a good tackler. You know what I mean? I didn't miss too many tackles.
You missed tackles.
Although, you understand me, I would live, and the big boys come out there, you got to hit them. I learned how to get up on them, you understand me? They can't get as low as I can, Bob.
There you go. Now you're talking. I
can't jump up in a man's chest and a $180. You crazy.
And now you're talking. Now, when you played with the Bengals, did you play with Pete Johnson?
No. Yes, I did. Yes.
You did. Did you play with Kennebrew?
No.
All right. Now,
Booby Clark was my
Bethune-Cookman.
Running back. Booby Clark, yeah.
Bethune-Cookman.
Booby Clark. Big Booby. Hey, Boo was bad boy. Booby Ron.
He's a bad boy. He's a bad boy. So let's get back to this thing, man. So you played for the Bengals 8 seasons, and then out of a contract dispute, you ended up Washington. But let me before we move to Washington, let's talk about the other Floridian that played the right corner on the other side of you from Bartow, Florida, Ken Riley.
Yeah.
God rest his soul. You and Ken was a 3-time Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
You were 8-time. He was a 3-time Pro Bowler. And I'm telling you, man, I remember watching you guys way before I got in the league, watching you guys play. And I go, man. And it was encouraging because y'all were smaller players.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking, I say, man, I got a shot, right? Mm-hmm. And then I played college ball with a guy named Bobby Jackson, Bojack, who was about 5'9", 5'10", 180 pounds. And he went right ahead of me, and he made it. That gave me inspiration.
Yeah.
And encouraged me that, man, you can do it, right? And so talk about playing with Rattler, Ken Riley.
Well, Hey, first of all, God bless the dead. That was my friend. That was that my roommate for 8 years.
Wow.
Hey, Riley and I roommate for 8 years. We was kind of different personality wise.
Right.
Hey, Riley was quiet, but me, I was flamboyant.
Right.
I was, I like to dress and stuff like that. But hey, Riley and I was great roommates. We was great teammates on the field. That we compensated each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Riley and I would talk during the game all the time about who's doing what. Lemar, watch out for this. You know what I'm saying? He double movement. See, we had communication. We had the desire to be the best. We talked about being the best. He and I.
Right.
We never talk about who's the best between he and I.
Right. That doesn't matter.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's not what professionals do.
That's what they do.
But we never talked about that. Hey, Riley and I always had love. Most of all, we had respect for one another. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what drove our friendship. You know what I'm saying? The respect that we had, the love, the caring, the fellowship, and the greatness that both of us possess. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I was more of a in your face. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to thank you. Riley was an off guy. That was his thing because I was faster, but Riley was a technician. You know what I'm saying? He studied the game. You couldn't get him out that back post. You wasn't going to beat him on the inside. He was supposed to be on the inside. Well, both of us was the same way. You know what I'm saying? Because we talk about the same people.
Right.
And we both had similar teaching and upbringing through the position per se.
Right.
But Riley was something special like myself, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got a lot of respect for him. And I'm sure, which I know he have a lot for me also.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So we both were great, and I think he deserved to be in the Hall of Fame. And definitely, I definitely know I should be there.
Oh, absolutely. We do some kind of
you don't get 65 interception by being no slob. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Riley can play the game. About it. And I'm sorry he passed because I was hoping that he and I could go in there at the same time. I love that.
Yeah, man. That'd have been.
That's how much love I have for him.
Right.
Yeah. But it's never been about me. You know what I'm saying? I just did me. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I love to see other guys excel.
Well, right.
And especially Riley because he was a great guy. He was a gentleman.
Yeah.
He was quiet. But we roommates for 8 years. You know what I'm saying? We never had an argument.
Wow.
Never had none of that stuff. Never had never. You know what I'm saying? That's amazing for two guys to be different in a lot of ways.
Right.
But similar in many ways, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we was, I miss him.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. One of the best. I would say this about you and him. Now, I read all the stuff they talk about, NFL and stuff like that. I had on the show about a month ago. I had Hanford Dixon and Frank Minifield on. They were a great combination in Cleveland. But in my opinion, Lemar, there's only 3 tandems to talk about. We talking about two bona fide guys playing in the secondary, right corner, left corner. There's only three to talk about. Hanford Dixon and Frank Minifield. Lemar Parrish and Ken Riley. And Lester Hayes and Mike Haynes.
Yeah. Haynes could play.
Mike Haynes was a bad boy.
Mike Haynes could flat out play, brother. Huh?
He can do it all.
See, people talk about Deion couldn't do this. But let me tell you something. You know yourself.
I played with
Rick corners, really, they don't pay you to tackle.
Oh, no.
They pay you to lock down that best receiver. Yeah, that's what Deion done. You know what I'm saying? When people tell me Deion was one of the best cornerback in the game.
I'm going to tell you this right now. Coming from Florida, we played with a lot of athletes. I played with a guy in high school named Mo Wesley. I always say he was the best athlete I ever played with until Deion showed up in 1989. And I'm gonna tell you, I've seen that joker do some things. This is no joke, man. Mm-hmm. I've seen Deion do some things from on the field. I'll take my eyes and do like this. Mm-hmm. Did he really do that? Did I see? Did he do that? Did he really do? Let me tell you what I saw him do. This was his rookie year. So that means I was in my 9th year. Mm-hmm. We playing up in Minnesota. I'm playing left corner. He playing right corner. And we're playing a cover 2. Mm-hmm. And AC, I'm on AC. Mm-hmm. And AC go inside. Tight end come to the flat. So I carry AC in until the tight end came to the flat. I dropped him. Mm-hmm. And Kramer hit AC right between me and Jesse Tugger, who's the middle linebacker. Mm-hmm. And he took off and put a move on Scott Case, who's the free safety, and AC was gone. Mm-hmm. Deion was on the line of scrimmage on the other side. Now, you and I both know Anthony Carter can flat out fly.
Wrong, yes.
AC can flat out fly, yeah. Right? Man, next thing you know, Deion's on line. Deion caught that boy before he got to the end zone. And I said, I shook my head. Mm-hmm. He was running so fast, it was like cartoon. I'm telling you, man. I've seen him do some phenomenal things. And he was a great return man, just like yourself.
Yeah.
So I go this far. You know, the state of Florida produced a lot of great athletes, a lot of great talent. Yeah. At every position. Yeah. There's a lot of us play DB. Mm-hmm. But there's 2 corners in the state of Florida that set the bar. Mm-hmm. And that was you. You started it. And then Deion was the other guy. Yep. You know, you two, and I'm not saying this because you're on the show. Right. You're the best 2 corners that ever come out of the state of Florida. Yeah. Hands down. Yeah. You can go find who you want to find. But this right here talk the stats, the statistics don't lie. The data don't lie. Yeah. So when you got a man that intercept 47 passes, run 13 touchdowns, 2,700 yards in return yards, and I think Deion played 12 years. Deion had 13 touchdowns. Yeah. I looked it up.
Deion broke my record.
He had 13, right?
And Deion had 14. Deion broke my record.
He got 14.
I had 13.
And he got 14.
Deion plays some offense too now. Don't.
See, I can't count. We can't count that.
No.
Come on, we can't count that. That ain't fair.
We can't count that.
That's not fair.
No, I never play. But you know, Bob, I don't score every kind of way a defensive back could possibly score. Every kind of way.
Fumble recovery, interception,
missed field goals.
Don't forget that. I wouldn't even mention that. Hey, you got it, man. You got it. Any kind of way.
Well, I tell you what, Bob, that had fun. Hey, man, it was fun. You know what I mean? People say, man, you like running those pumps back. See,
man,
I like to get to the end zone.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
That thing was fumbles. I didn't like that on that ball, Bob. I tell you, I didn't like that on that ball, man. Too much weight. Man, that was almost squashed me to death one time. I'm jumping on that ball, man. That ball shot everywhere. Shit,
I know that's right, boy.
I got to scoop and go, man. I got to scoop and go.
Thank you. So Lemar, when we talk about your skill set, all right, so we know it takes hard work, dedication, but there's some things God gives us, right?
Yeah, right.
Now, your God-given ability was speed and quickness. Mm-hmm. Hands down, right?
Right.
And jumping ability. A lot of people don't know that you can jump.
Right.
So let me ask you this, man. When you were in high school, how many sports you played other than football?
2, basketball and football. Hey, see, I have to dump the goal. One step up on the goal, you know what I'm saying? I have to flush it, you know what I'm saying?
Right. See?
I have to flush that thing. And plus, I couldn't pawn the ball. You know what I'm saying? I had to.
Right. You had to get up on that rim.
Get up in there, boy.
So, all right. So now, Charlie Brown said this about you. He said, when I mentioned your name, he said, oh, man. He said, Bobby, he said, I'm just telling you, he the best lockdown corner I've ever seen in my life. That's what he said about you. He said, there's some guys, he said, but Lemar is the best lockdown corner I've ever seen. And then he went to explain about that Tony Hill situation, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then he said this about you. He said, you'll be talking noise to him. And he said, they'll be throwing, you say this. And he said, you'll say this. You don't throw far on leaping Lemar.
Yeah, that was my slogan.
You don't throw far on leaving Lemar.
Yeah, that was my thing, Bob. You don't throw far on leaving Lemar.
I love
Hey,
it.
Bob, you know what, Bob, as a rookie master, eat the post up the post and the go routes. Oh, I ate them up. But it was I had to learn to stay behind that post route because they started running that corner on me.
Right. I
was overrunning that post because once I read it, I go boom. And Charlie Taylor.
Charlie Taylor, yes, sir.
I beat him one time. I beat him, but I played him as a rookie. You know what I'm saying? That's the time I think I ran a 90-yard punt return on him in a farm recovery or something. But Charlie Taylor, you know, I played him well down in D.C.
Okay.
And Charlie told me after the game, he said, "Rook, I'm gonna beat you when you come to D.C." Boy, he gave me a move I never seen before. Charlie gave me a move, and when he took me to the post, and he nodded right to the corner, and he froze me and kept going to the post. I said, "Oh my
God!" He set you up. He set you up.
He set me up, brother. He said, and then thinking about Charlie beat you going in the end zone and hold the ball up for 30 minutes. Oh no!
We can't have that now. We can't have that.
We can't have that, Bob. No.
But you know what? I want you to say something because I'm working with some young corners here in Atlanta, right? And I always tell them, I said, now when you play this position, you got to be mentally tough.
Yeah.
I said, because one thing playing out here, I don't care how great you are going to give up something. You're going to get scored on. They're going to put some balls on you sooner or later. I said, but what you have to govern yourself on is they throw at you 10 times, you got to win 7.
Yes, sir.
You got to win 7. And if you can do that.
Consistency.
Yeah, consistency. You know, they get paid just like you get paid. They're playing ball just like you get ball. It's going to happen. But if they beat you, you got to get it out your mind immediately. And you got to go.
Short-term memory.
You got to have a mindset. I'm going to go choke this guy.
Short-term memory, Bob. You got to have short-term memory.
Short memory and the confidence.
Yeah.
What I used to do, this is what I used to do, Lemar. Somebody catch a pass on me, or if they score a touchdown on me, I go to him and I grab him by the hand and I shake him like that, right? I said, that's the last one you're going to catch today. And so what that does is stir me up. And then if anybody, he going to come back at me. And so now we got this thing going, oh, let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go. Yep. I'm ready to go now. So, so I wake myself up and I challenge myself. And when I get back out there, I'm ready to meet it.
Yep.
I'm ready to meet it. So I tell my young corners, you got to be mentally tough, right? And I don't care how good you are. Lemar Parrish, Deion Sanders, Mike Haynes, I don't care who you are, somebody going to catch a pass on you somewhere.
Sometime. Bob, but you left out one thing that I would add to what you said.
Okay.
Concentration.
Oh, yeah.
See, my thing was, if I could hold my concentration longer than you, stay focused, I'm going to beat you.
I'm going to beat you.
Because when I lose that concentration and I get likes, you understand me?
Right.
That's when things happen.
Man,
but when I'm dug in,
right,
buddy, you got problems.
You got a problem. And that's so true because I remember a few years in Atlanta, I was a guy, right? And so I was in games where nobody would throw at me.
Right.
And I'd get bored and my concentration would go away. And next thing you know, I'm not ready. Right?
Exactly.
And so you got to be ready at all times out there.
Bob, I went a few years that nobody beat me. Hey, really, because they didn't throw that much. You know what I mean? They throw. I be praying they throw it over here, throw it over here. They wouldn't throw. But when I went to the Redskins, they didn't know me. You know what I'm saying? Bob, I had 7 interceptions the first 7 games over there. I led the league back to back over there. I led the NFL and came back the next year. I led the NFC.
That's right, because you were a all pro your first 2 years over in Washington.
Yeah,
right? Wow. Right. That's powerful, man.
Right.
That's powerful.
I got hurt one year and my concentration, I always said if I could concentrate longer than my opponents, I got to stay focused. You know what I mean? The only time I ever got beat, I go back and I judge myself because I'm my biggest critic. So I hate getting beat.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But you gotta see, Bob, I didn't like getting beat, but I had to accept it. You know what I'm saying? To move on.
Right. Exactly.
We can't dwell on that. I got beat one time early in the game. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't have concentration. Because I didn't think this guy was going to do it.
Right.
I kind of got lax. But after I got beat, Bob, he didn't catch another ball.
Another ball.
Another ball. I said to myself, it's time to go to work.
Long enough, huh? It is. It's time to go to work. It's time to
go to work, baby, huh?
It's time to go to work, man.
It's time to get busy.
Well, man, I feel so blessed to have you on the show, man. It's been an honor, man. You just don't know, and because when you were a young guy, and you see those guys ahead of you, that's inspiration for you to go where they're going.
Right.
And so, I can brag on you.
Bob, I can say to young people, be you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Of all the great players I used to watch on TV, I never wanted to be like any of those guys because I had my idol right there in my house. My big brother was my idol. You know what I mean?
Okay, cool, man.
I didn't have to seek an athlete.
Right.
I wanted to be better than them. You know what I'm saying?
Right, there you go.
I admire what those guys did. You know what I mean?
Right.
I really love the way the Lemar Parrish and all those guys played. You know what I mean? I love that. But I didn't want to be like them. I wanted to be Lemar. You know what I mean? I wanted to make my own model, my own brand. You know what I mean?
There you go.
I couldn't be Lem. You know what I mean? I wanted to be Lemar, Bob. I got to do me, baby. I got to be the best I could be.
You got to be the best you can be.
Best I could be. So I tell all the young kids, you know what I mean? Admire what I do. Be better than me.
Absolutely.
Be better than me.
Absolutely.
Hey, just admire the things I'm able to do. And you try to do better than I did.
Better.
And listen to the guys that have been there, you know what I mean?
Right.
Hey, because I can always learn something, and definitely they can learn something. Hey, they can learn something from this talk that you and I are doing. You know what I mean?
That's right.
If they're listening, but the thing is, the young people think they got all the answers.
Right.
We never thought we had all the answers. We would listen to
That's right.
guys that had done it and stuff like that. You understand?
Right.
But these young guys, they got their own agenda, and I can understand it. But unless you learn no technical fundamental, Bob, you aren't going to go too far.
You're not going to go far at all.
No.
Because in the game of football, the one thing I can say about the cornerback position, first of all, we line up. We don't know where nobody's going.
Right.
They know, and they're running forward with their speed.
Yeah.
We know where they're going. We got to be great athletes, but we got to be technical sound.
Technical sound.
We got to be sound in our techniques, and we got to be sound in our study habits.
Yeah,
that's how we go to the next level. That's how
exactly.
When especially when you're an athlete and you're a sound technician on the field, and then when you have the know-how, you know what you're doing before they snap the ball.
But Bob, one thing about it, Bob, speed. I don't care who you are. If you get old, you're gonna lose that speed.
But that's
where your techniques and fundamentals come in at. See,
there you go. Now you said it, Lemar.
I played 13.
Right.
I lost some speed, but I gained it here.
There you go.
Now, I can read those routes, baby. I know when you're coming in there, because I can tell the way you come up there. You want to straighten up and big. Oh, no, I got you, baby. I got you.
Don't throw it over here.
Don't throw it far.
Don't throw it over here. Don't throw it far. I love that, man. I love that. Well, look, man, thanks for being on the show, man. That's the end of our show. Hey, guys, if you like the video, like it, share it, comment. We got the great Lemar Parrish, man. Thank you so again for being on the show. Palm Beach County finest, Kennedy High School, Riviera. We in the house.
In the house.
We in the house. Thank you.
Hello, Riviera. Hello, Riviera.